The 12 Rules by a Stony Shore. Rule number 3. Don't look up. I get it. The sky is beautiful at night, but you should really focus on what's in front of you so you don't wind up lost in the cosmos, or worse, with a sheared front axle from that boulder you somehow didn't see. But seriously, don't look up. My supervisor normally hates accepting help from anyone, but this one was a mess. I was on call, sure, but I was sound asleep when he got me up. Hey man, hate to do this to you, but we have to go out to the qualification range to salvage an MTV that was carrying about $1 million in ammunition. They shouldn't have been out this late, but fucked up command chain and all that. I whimpered a little before getting dressed and loading into our recovery vehicle. We had a positive communication with the group, which was nice for a change, but you could tell by the radio etiquette that these were not the sharpest crayons in the box. I don't know who gave them the keys to the vehicle or responsibility over those munitions, but it was about par for government bureaucracy, I suppose. As we left the cantonment area and entered the dark expanse that held the ranges, we started to get some odd chatter. Since we knew there was only one range still occupied, we knew it was the guys we were going to help. Hey, what's that? The speaker box squeaked. My supervisor and I quieted, listening intently. Up there, another voice responded. Yeah, what's that? Hey, Sergeant, look at that. Is that a rocket or some... I fancied myself a fast learner, and I knew they were about to break one of the main rules. With the speed and intensity uncharacteristic of me, I grabbed the microphone. This is range control. I winced at the falsehood. Do not look up. This is a test fire out of Edwards Air Force Base, and you will risk blindness. Before I could finish my lie to save them, I felt my supervisor's hand clamped on the back of my neck and slammed my face into the dash. Ow! Fucking fuck! Why did you... I shrieked in surprise at the same time as the radio chatter immediately ceased. We have to let it happen to them. It's the only way. The next step is the wager, and we're going to win this wager, you hear? His passion made no sense to me, but he continued. You awake? You need to worry about yourself now. Remember, any sage wisdom you should be following right now? I thought, prelocated up in the depths of my sleep-deprived brain. I never look up. Fucking right. The rest of the ride consisted of me locking my eyes onto the radio, waiting for someone to come back on the line, as my supervisor did his best to keep his eyes on the road as low as possible while still being able to drive the truck. We pulled up to the dirt parking lot in the entrance of the range. It was empty except for one MTV, $1 million of ammunition and explosives, and half a dozen figures standing perfectly still around the vehicle. My supervisor killed the headlights before they could illuminate the figures surrounding the truck, and started briefing me. Okay, keep your head down, keep your eyes on the ground, and don't look at any of them, okay? We are going to do our job as if nothing's wrong. Clear? Clear, I echoed. Why don't we just leave? We leave and they take those soldiers with them. This is the wager. We do this right and everyone goes home. We fuck it up and, well... He let the statement hang as if unfinished for a moment. I was uncomfortable, and something about the way my supervisor was acting made me think he wasn't telling me everything. We dismounted and grabbed our toolboxes. The exchange between my supervisor and the figure surrounding the vehicle was almost comical. If I weren't about to piss myself, it would have been hilarious. He, with his eyes pinned to the ground, refused to look up. Hey, we're here to get you back up and running. Mind if we take a look? No sweat, sir. You can look up if you like. One of them responded. Thank you, Sergeant. I just need to take a look at the vehicle if you don't mind. My supervisor pressed. Jeez, man, relax. Are all of you guys this uptight? You can look up, man. I think I recognize you. Do you recognize me? No, I don't think so. Thank you. My supervisor replied, eyes still on the ground. I'd just like to take a look at your engine trouble if you don't mind. As he attempted to sidestep the figure blocking his path, another moved forward to obstruct him. No, really, look up, they commanded, stepping closer. I thought I saw my supervisor trembling. but it could have been me. My supervisor squeezed past the two in a weird game of chicken. They avoided him as if touching him before he looked up wasn't fair play. And so I followed his lead and squeezed past. We opened our gear and got to work. He whispered to me, "Okay, rookie, this is the most dangerous part. We're going to fix this piece of shit because that's how the wager goes. They're going to try to get in your line of sight. If they do, you're fucked. Not we, you. This is essentially a single-player game. You get me?" "Well, thanks for getting me into this game, you fucking asshole." I nodded, eyes glued to my feet. What followed was a weird game of chess. The six figures crowded around us while we worked, doing their best to get into our peripheral view. My supervisor and I would pass tools to each other and make awkward small talk as if these things weren't constantly shifting, making odd noises and doing anything to get us to look their way. They'd even step in to hand what we needed, or point to something we were looking for as if they themselves knew everything we did. "So you see the new Alarak on that desert tortoise?" one of the figures prompted, once again trying to engage us in small talk. My supervisor paused and laughed. "What the fuck are you talking about, man?" "You know, it's gone extinct. Saddest thing, it's awful when people are to blame." We paused. "The desert tortoise isn't extinct, man," my supervisor replied. "Oh, wrong year," it replied nonchalantly. It almost sounded like it was smiling. We finished our work a few hours later. The constant dance left me drained and yearning to return to my cot, but my supervisor kept me from loading into the truck and getting the fuck out. "Not yet." We stood there with the six other figures in silence for long enough for my feet to ache before the lead entity spoke up. "Well, you won the wager again, but you'll only get these soldiers back for now. Maybe next time, Lee?" "Maybe," my supervisor replied sadly. A bright blinding light came into being above us, and just as quickly it was gone. The six figures were still there, but in a different demeanor somehow. They were just men now. My supervisor patted my shoulder paternally. "Good job. Seriously." I looked at the six dumbfounded and mute soldiers struggling to come back to our reality, as my head continued to throb from kissing the dashboard of our truck. "Have you ever lost a wager?" I asked. He didn't respond at once. Rather, he let the question stand as if lost in that distant defeat. Yes, I have." What happened?" "They sent 2 young airmen they'd possessed to die of thirst in the desert." He exhaled deeply and muttered the last. "And they took my son." My mouth hung open in surprise. He'd never mentioned his family. I'm so... Save it, rookie. I'm sorry about slamming your head into that dash, but I have to play the game every chance I get. It's my only hope of ever getting my son back. And it's not every day that I have someone else to wager.